Hi everyone, this is Chris Stewart here with training footage from July 28th, 2014. Today in training I did squats, drop snatches, normal snatches, and then hang snatch combination to close out the workout. So starting with the squats, nothing really new going on here. I filmed sets 1, 4, and 5. I The only technical improvement I'm trying to make on these sets is keeping my elbows tight and tucked on these squats so I'm not getting far out of the hole and almost falling forward. So if you notice the repetitions where I keep the elbows tucked versus keeping them untucked, my squat looks just a lot more solid in general and I don't get pulled as far forward. So the next thing I moved into were the drop snatches, and on these drop snatches you're going to see me pausing at the bottom of the repetitions. The reason for doing that is to try and track those knees as far as I can over my toes. This is going to be something I'm working on consistently from here on. Basically, for an extended period of time, I'm working on ankle flexibility, and I want to be able to use my dorsal flexion to get those knees out in front of me as far as possible so I can get my hips underneath my body. Having your hips underneath your body instead of having them behind your body or behind your shoulders, as you can see very clearly from this back angle, that allows me to stay a lot more stable in my bottom positions, my catch positions for the snatch and the clean. So if I can keep my hips underneath me, I'm just more stable. I can also make up for some mistakes that I make on my movements. So now I'm moving into my snatches, and you're seeing one 50 kilos here, nothing really new, just a warm-up weight. I did a 60 kilo attempt, and then I bumped up to 70 kilos. And there's not a whole lot new going on here. I'm leaving some of these lifts out ahead of me. Then you're going to see some of them I'm actually pulling too far, which is a good thing, but I have to reacclimate my balance since I have to catch my snatch in such a perfect position to allow me to succeed on the lift. What I want to do eventually with that dorsal flexion, like I was talking about, is allow myself a little bit of room for air on my pulls, and when I get up to those heavy lifts, like you can see on that repetition, I almost fall backwards just because I just lack ankle mobility to actually make up for those mistakes, and I have to overcorrect to be able to pull out the lift. One other thing I'm trying to do on these snatches today is pull myself under the bar a little bit faster, and that's something I've never been good at because I catch the bar so high. So I haven't had the need to pull myself under that bar, but once these weights start getting heavier, I'm going to be unable to pull that thing way ahead. Pull the bar way as high as I pull it currently. So that's something I'm trying to get a little bit more aggressive on that pull. But you're going to see with that aggressiveness on that pull, pulling myself underneath the bar, is I'm going to catch that bar in some positions I'm not used to I'm not used to catching it. So I'm going to end up missing more attempts, and I just need to get more consistent. And it's just a matter of doing the lift to get better at it. I mean, I just have to get used to the timing of pulling myself under that bar faster. And you see, I missed that one just barely out in front of me, and that might have been one I could have made if I had a little bit more dorsal flexion in my ankles, or ankle mobility, we'll call it, kind of a generalizing term. So then I moved into my snatches and hang snatches, and I'm going fairly light on these hang snatch combinations. Last Monday when I was doing these, I kind of tweaked my shoulder, so I'm trying to really emphasize good form here. And you can see there's an instance of me catching that weight too far behind me, and I have to shift my center of gravity to accommodate that weight, and I end up missing the lift. Then I end up hang snatching it no problem. You see, with most of these lifts, I'm able to get out of the hole really quickly because the weight's so trivial. But Then there's other times I just flat out miss it. It's because I'm put in bad positions. Another thing I need to learn with these hang snatches is bringing down the bar correctly. I'm getting a severe whiplash effect when I'm actually catching it at the hip there. So I need to lower it down instead of just let the weight of the bar carry itself down and pull me way forward. So, but that's about all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching.